Hi Virgo, this is your December 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. For everyone who has their ascendant, sun, or moon in Virgo. And you can check out where your ascendant sign is if you know your time of birth, and also where your moon sign is from my birth chart calculator. And there is a planetary detail table there. Once you fill in your details, you can check it. And if you happen to have sun, moon, or ascendant in Virgo, this video is for you. So what is happening in December? Well, the month starts with a conjunction of a few planets, Sun, Mercury, and Saturn, in your fourth house. And fourth house is about family, about personal life. And the energy is a little bit heavy because Saturn is involved, and the Sun is the planet of action. And Saturn is the planet of correcting problems. So you might have to be asked to take important decisions or restructure something in regards to your property, in regards to your home, in regards to how you allow people from your home environment to treat you or how you treat people. Because the Sun takes, when Sun and Saturn are together, especially the first 10 days of December and the last 10 days of November, you can feel this energy the most. The Sun is the planet that illuminates. And when it's with Saturn, it shows what's wrong. It illuminates what's wrong, what's inadequate, what we are not doing right, or what others are not doing right. And it's connected to property. It's connected, so you might, want to fix and change something in your property, in your home environment, even some kind of relocation. It might be connected to how your relationship with parents and close one is, people that you consider as your family, your support, most your foundation in life people. You might have to be asked to put more hard work or take care of a parent or be there for a parent or someone from a family that needs more of your attention, for example, as well, or taking some important decisions in regards to such people. But kind of personal matters take your attention in some way. Okay, so this is one thing, and then let's see where Mars is. Wherever Mars is, this is where we put a lot of energy as well, and Mars is in your second house, Virgo, and it stays there till the end of December. And I think I spoke in the November video what this means, but when Mars is in the second house, this can be a very good time to get initiative about manifesting tangible material benefits. Maybe you can find a new source of income, but you have to apply your personal will and effort, because Mars is one of the malefic planets, which means it's not given to us from above. We have to make an effort. So you will get an idea or something, but you have to push through. You have to put an effort into it, organize yourself, and go pursue it yourself. Something to increase your finances. And at the same time, Mars is more impulsive planet. So even though you have those ideas and the initiative to be active in regards to finances, or if you're working with other people's, if you're working with resources of some sort, if you're working with money, this can be a very hectic month for you, December, making some important money transactions, or any kind of careers that are second house careers, which is resources. Say, for example, you might be a resource manager, you might be someone that works in a bank, or you might be someone who is a food supplier or grocery chain, all these things are second house, which are material, tangible, food, money, clothes, movable possessions, object, or maybe fashion, even if you work in such kind of stuff. You might be a very busy month for you. Anything which is material, which can be products of any sort, this might be a month where you're very busy. While for other people, other Virgos, they have to be a bit more careful because they might have some extra expenses. Because Mars here is a little bit more spontaneous, and it can be because you're spending on pleasures and, maybe Christmas and presents and buying things, or because things force you from outside to have certain expenses that you have to pay for, maybe for some repairs, maybe for fixing something, because Mars is the planet of sudden small accidents and little crisis situations that happen that require, when it's in the second house, some extra expense. So just be prepared a little bit. But also you have the chance to find new such resources, Okay. So this is where Mars is. Let's see. And when Mars is in the second house, I've noticed something as well. People develop bigger appetite somehow. because Mars is more ravenous. And in the second house, it gives you, and that's very typical, of course, it's going to be Christmas. So watch out there. And second house is the food we receive, the food that we nourish our body with. And Mars can be a little bit hectic, like and impulsive there. Okay, so let's see what else is happening. Focus on home, focus on finances. Venus is, wherever Venus is in your third house, Virgo. Wherever Venus is, this is where we go for comfort. This is where we go, we can have more pleasure that month. So when the going gets tough, how do you escape, Virgos? How do you entertain yourself, which is Venus? Third house activities, call a friend, go for a walk, take your dog for a walk. Third house is walking, is communicating. Third house is movement. Third house is talking on the phone. Third house is going on social media. Third house is reading the news, watching the TV, seeing what's, getting informed, what's happening. And if you're, any kind of people that are involved in such careers that communication, information, writing, speaking, journalism, media, social media, whatever, administrative reports, writing presentations. When Venus is in your third house, it helps you gain more pleasure and more satisfaction and make things more nicely, and things flowing more easily in regards to such matters. So, Venus in the third house, the whole of December, pleasant conversation, maybe calling friends, going for friends to catch up for a nice chat, going for a nice drive with the car, the third house, which will feel very enjoyable. For a short trip, journey, again, it will feel very enjoyable. When financial stresses overwhelm you, or sorting out home problems overwhelm you, go for a ride, talk with a friend, go for, third house's interests and reading and writing and hobbies and interests is one of the things that third house rules. So this is where you're gonna feel supported and benefited in some way. You can receive some good news, or some good communications with siblings and relatives. Third house, from friends, from colleagues. Maybe going for drinks with colleagues after work, or having a nice chat with them can feel supportive. Or maybe going to a Christmas do with your colleagues can be a source of something positive and pleasant, maybe good attention, or even some romantic development there, because Venus is the planet of love. And if you want to feel loved and appreciated, these are the people, neighbors, colleagues, teammates, playmates, friends type of, people that you can rely on in December to make you feel a bit better. Or maybe going for a drive again, as I said, or maybe getting involved with your hobby and putting loving attention and care there. This will soothe you. And then I want to give you specific days. Those of you Virgos who are born with ascendant sun and moon from 20 to 24 degrees in Virgo, 20 to 24 degrees in Virgo, you're going to have Jupiter transit. This is amazing, huge. It hasn't happened to you in 12 years, which means that basically you are born, your sun was at 20 to 24 degrees in Virgo, which means that you were born from around the 14th to around the 17th, might be, 14th till 17th, or even 18th, maybe 13th to 18th, one day plus or minus. You're going to have Jupiter transit exactly over your sun, moon, or ascendant, and that's very good. And that's the first time Jupiter will do this. Again, it will repeat in 2016, twice more. Once around the spring or the winter, the midwinter, and then once again in towards the spring, summer, for the northern hemisphere. So some new opportunities will come to you if you're born with those degrees, and you have to embrace them now. You have to act on them, and this can be opportunities for wealth, for growth, because Jupiter is abundance, for opportunities that bring you more sense of fulfillment, meaning, and happiness. Opportunities which are connected also maybe to someone else helping you, because Jupiter naturally rules the seventh house, and even opportunities for relationships, for meeting someone very important, because the Lord of the seventh house, which is Pisces for you, Virgos, is Jupiter, and it's passing exactly in your sign, so it comes to you. So from support or help from another, or maybe your spouse, some kind of more abundance can come, or you can meet someone very important, personal business person, personal business relationship that opens doors for you over the next 1 year, or just some opportunities for travel and higher education can come, because Jupiter rules those things naturally. But if you've been looking for a job and you're born those days, now can be the time you get a promotion or get a job, or you do something that will later on get you the promotion over the next over the next 12 months, when Jupiter transits again over your sun or moon. You might maybe do a project very well now and you get a recognition later on for it, but something will happen now as an opportunity, getting some result in a positive way, some door opening, whether it's in love, in personal. If it's the sun, usually it has to do with more with career, with business, with your goals in life, with your achievements, or with male figures in your life like father or partner or husband. If it's the moon, it has to do more with women that bring opportunities and open doors, or with family life, personal life, emotional attachments and relationships. The ascendant sign is also relationships, personal goals, So something will come, be open to it, embrace it. And the winds of change are starting to blow in the direction, your direction, and to support you. There might be a literal blessing that comes from above, to a lesser degree, opportunity that opens that you have to take and develop over the next 7-10 months, while Jupiter again passes over your sun, moon, or ascendant. So thank you very much, Virgo. Oh, I just have another bunch of Virgos that I forgot to mention, those that are having a Saturn transit. And Saturn will be from 7 degrees till 12 degrees in December, will affect those ascendant or moon or sun people with Virgo sun or moon in 7 till 12 degrees in Virgo. So they're having it a bit more tougher. And this means that basically the sun sign, if you are Virgo sun sign, it means that you're born from around the 31st of August to around the 4th, 5th of September. You're having Saturn transit, and Saturn square transit, one of the more difficult ones, less supportive. So there is more pressure on you. It might come from, from within yourself, or from outside, but you have to work harder. You have to be more serious. You start becoming more critical towards yourself, or it comes to you from outside, because it pushes you to restructure, to change something, to be more persevering. And if you're not in the right direction in life, Saturn can remove and separate you from those things. If you're in a relationship that's bad, it can get worse. If you're in a career that is not supportive and is not your really path, you can get disappointed and unhappy, and you can quit, or it just can start becoming intolerable, because Saturn wants to make you aware of the things that are not working in your life, so you can get rid of them. And the ones that are working in your life, Saturn puts more pressure on you to work harder, to make them even better, to restructure them, to make them more can slow down things, can make you work it asks you to be more deliberate, more not to hurry up too much, to do it slowly in the conventional step-by-step way. And deadlines might have to be prolonged, because Saturn delays things, but because Saturn wants things to be done with more effort and more perfection. So that's a little bit demanding. So for those, some of you might feel a little bit more down if you're born around those days, because of certain developments, whether if it's the moon and ascendant, it might be relationships that are putting pressure on them. If it's a family life or something like that. If it's the sun sign, it might be career that is putting pressure, or that there is some blockage there that they have to work through. And especially if they're on the right path, they would work through it. If they're not on the right path, these things will have to be separated from this thing. And this can be a process that starts from now, continues to almost next October 2016. So this will be the first hit of Saturn on those degrees, and might come back a bit later, will come back later in 2016. So it's a time of getting serious and getting more, getting more organized and getting more responsible and cutting off the dead wood. So thank you very much, Virgo. Subscribe to my channel for all the rest of you Virgos. I said I was speaking generally before that. Hope you enjoyed this prediction and I'll see you next month. Year.